Trying to get us beat up, dude, for no reason. No good reason.
I've been beat up, murdered.
He's gonna kill us. Welcome to your 3-Fight Casual Podcast. I'm your host, Lewis.
Yeah, I'm your co-host, Edwin.
And I'm your producer / co-host, Jason.
I did
Ramirez versus
the problem was
Espinoza.
we had the UFC fight night. We had Haney and Prograis, and then we had the Ramirez and Espinoza card. So I couldn't really focus on everything.
Yeah.
But when I was watching it, it was like a back and forth war. It's a giant upset, man. Ramirez is like a minus 1,200 favorite. And he's good. He just, I don't know. I think he just needs to polish some things up. And one thing that would help him would be kind of fighting like Loma, like changing your angles of where you throw punches from. You know, he's always kind of going forward. And, he does things that are, they're good. But you shouldn't be losing to a guy like this. And he lost his pro debut. So he's a good fighter. I just don't think he's going to be the best of the best.
Okay.
So wait, Ramirez was the champ?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ramirez is an Olympic. I want to say, I don't know if he was a gold medalist. But he fought in the Olympics. I don't remember, honestly. I think he was the gold medalist of Shakur's class.
Damn it.
They used to be at the same weight. Shakur when he was a lot skinnier. I want to say that was 2016. I'm pretty sure he's the 2016 Olympic champ. But it was a good card all in all, man. The Torres fight, the Xander Zayas fight with Fortea.
The Ramirez.
Yeah, it was a good card, man. It was a good night of fights.
I just remember this guy.
This guy, man.
Yeah.
What is he, like the white?
7-0.
He looks like he looks like Uncle Rico in Napoleon
Rico,
with
bro.
like Napoleon Dynamite's hair, and like a little just more Mexican, He's good, man. I'm high on him. I think the only thing he just really needs to work on is his speed. He's fast, but he can just be faster, He's 24, man. He's younger than me. He's literally like a year and a month younger than me.
That's the thing with speed is like, can you really work on that?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Just reps.
Just reps, right? Yeah.
It's just reps, punching faster, just doing it more.
Yeah, I consider this guy a boxer for sure. A real boxer.
He's a fighter who's a boxer, yeah.
Yeah,
man. I love that about
fighter,
him.
yeah.
He's aggressive. He's going for the knockout.
Sweet. We gonna
He's someone to watch out for.
Yeah.
boxing news.
Boxing news. Speaking of boxing, Haney calls out Tank insignificant fights.
I mean, everyone knows this in boxing, man. Tank has not had a really meaningful fight his entire career. He's had some when he was like at 126 in the lower weight classes, but he's had the opportunity to fight the big names, and he just hasn't. He never tried to fight Tio. He never tried to fight Haney or Loma. I think Loma called him out one time, and Floyd and Tank kind of ignored it, like they didn't want to fight with Loma. This was when Loma was like in his prime. Tank was a little younger. I'm pretty sure Loma would have beat him. So they didn't want that fight. It's like you're nearing 30 and you still haven't had a big fight. You had a pay-per-view fight with Garcia, but Garcia's not he's not a top fighter. He's not. So it's
he's a
irritating
young
for me.
fighter. I don't know if he has talent.
He's not going to be a top fighter. I trust me. I know boxing well enough. He won't be world champion at 140.
You think?
I know,
Because he has so much room to improve.
but he doesn't. Well, maybe. There's a small chance he does, but it'll take a while. It's not going to happen
really
in a year or
talented,
two.
dude.
He's not that talented. He just has a lot of speed and power.
That's talent.
That's not talent. That's more like natural gifts.
Yeah, that's talent.
Talent is like skill,
No, that
Power and speed.
no,
is
it's skill and
talent.
talent. Skill and talent. Skill is the
Skill is the
shit
ability
you-
to move out of the way, to find your range always, to constantly, be in the right stance, to, know when to move out, when to slip, when to throw, and then move out of the way. That's skill. Power and
Yeah.
speed is just literally natural ability.
right.
I don't view that as talent. Talent would be the entire package,
I agree with Edwin.
No, I think talent is more like
The entire package.
I don't know if I'm getting this right.
Haney is talented. Loma is talented. Tank is talented.
No, I'm
Ryan,
saying
I would
like-
say, is more naturally
Like God
gifted.
gifted things, yeah.
Yeah, but he's missing some skill. He's missing some
skill.
defense to be a talented fighter.
Right.
I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm just saying he's not as talented as them. He's better than other fighters, obviously.
Right.
He's became a champ. Yeah. But I just don't think he'll be the elite of the elite. He won't be like the top 5. He's more like top 10 in his weight classes.
That's the thing. I think if he
fights Haney,
if he gets
Haney
a good
beats
coach,
him. If he fights Tio beats him. Tank beat him. Like,
right.
I think Lomo beats him. Even now.
Man, I just see so much potential for Garcia for some reason. If he hunkered down and had a good coach and he listened to his coach.
Well, I don't know, man. That's some personal stuff. He got really famous really young.
Yeah.
Rich really young.
And it seems like he's learning though.
All kinds of distractions.
He added a little Philly show.
Yeah, he was trying new stuff out.
Yeah, trying new stuff. I don't know.
But
that's just me.
I think
he
me
has
personally,
the potential for it.
Yeah, he has the potential for it. But for me, I don't know, man. I think Ryan Garcia. It's a little too late to learn new things, especially in the high level boxing.
How old is he, dude?
He's like my age, He's like 25, I think.
He still has a lot of time.
But fighting in the high level like that, dude, it's you're too old. You know what I mean?
It's not too
doable,
old,
but it doesn't usually happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like an 80% chance he doesn't do it.
It's like saying, dude.
I want to see it. I wish it would happen.
For example,
I mean, he's showing promise.
For example,
I hope so. I hope he keeps doing it.
For example, maybe you guys probably won't, but in MMA perspective, let's just say that Nate Diaz says, "Oh, I'm fighting the UFC."
Nate's like 40. So
yeah, okay,
yeah, dude.
Okay, even when he was a little younger, Nate Diaz could have easily fought his only title his only title shot that he got was against
Connor
Benson Henderson.
Oh, we're talking about these young.
Benson Henderson. All right. So in one of the arguments, I remember, in one of the arguments, somebody was saying Nate Diaz could have easily won that fight if he learned how to cut the cage, the same thing, cut the ring.
Yeah.
The fact he's already old enough hiding in the fight and in a high level like that, it's kind of hard for him just to do a simple move like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's the same thing with Ryan Garcia. Yeah, he's learning new things, but he has to be careful now because he's a superstar and he's trying to win all these big money fights, and you can't just add a new style out of nowhere. You could perfect the style and train for the game plan, but you cannot change. You can't tell a dog to sit if he knows how to lay down. If that makes sense.
I disagree, dude. I think he's still pretty young.
It's doable.
Right now, he could. Right now, if he does what he was doing last fight, just adding more shit, he'll be good.
Right.
By the time he hits his prime, 30, around there.
He says he doesn't want to fight that long though.
Yeah.
He
really?
said he wants to retire super young.
He wants to retire by the age of 30.
Something like that. Yeah, that's the thing, He's not going to be fighting for another 10, 15 years. That's what he said. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah. I don't think he won't go down as a great. I don't think so. If he's going at the same, the same rate as he's going right now, he won't go down as a great. He won't. He's just really famous.
Right.
Okay. The next one?
It's almost like a Paddy Pimblett. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good comparison.
Huh.
There you go.
Paddy's younger. He can learn new things, but is he going to?
Yeah, is he going to?
Is his striking going to get massively better, in the next 5 years? Probably not. That's really rare.
Right. That's the thing is with Paddy, it's different because you don't see anything different. That's why with Garcia, I saw something new. It wasn't
he's only
great,
had,
but
2 or 3 fights
at
in the
least
UFC.
it's something new that he put into the ring,
But he's only had 2 or 3 fights in the UFC, Paddy.
Yeah, Paddy.
So he hasn't had a whole lot of time to show.
We haven't. Yeah.
What is this?
But we'll see next fight, dude.
Yeah.
Next week.
Oh, he's fighting
This
Ferguson,
week?
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
This week. He's fighting this week, guys.
All right, Canelo Alvarez, Eyes May fight.
Yeah. So
What is-
probably.
Wait, what is this? Wait. Canelo's Iron May fight. Benavidez might happen.
Knowing Canelo, he would love to fight Munguia.
So he's saying that. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm sorry, dude. Is he saying that his fight might not happen?
He says if it were to happen, it'd probably happen more in September versus May. And so yeah, basically, it's just like.
I'm gonna go out in a Spanish rap right now.
Dude, Cinco de Mayo, bro.
Let me tell you something, Canelo. You have to fight Benavidez. You can't be dodging him like that. Necesitas que pelear con Benavidez. Because el deporte de boxing se está yendo abajo. Se está yendo abajo.
I'm gonna put the subtitles.
Se está yendo abajo. Let's be real. Who knows Benavidez, bro? You walk into a Canelo stadium right now filled with a bunch of Mexicans, a bunch of who support Canelo. Who knows Benavidez in that stadium?
They're not boxing fans. They're
Exactly.
just Canelo fans.
Exactly. And this is the reason why the boxing, the market of boxing is going down. This has to be, Canelo, necesitas defender tus títulos con Benavidez. Necesitas. Porque el reporte del boxeo se está yendo abajo y nadie sabe quién es el próximo guy, el próximo listing, Necesitas defender los títulos, por favor. You know what I mean? We need fresh blood.
Quit duking.
You know what I mean? Por favor, you know what I mean? Please. I like boxing, dude. Like, I really like boxing, bro. But just imagine if they just tune up a little thing. Things like this kind of makes boxing goes down.
I know. I talk about this all the time. It's irritating.
Por eso, you know what I mean? And on top of that, like, cosas así se van, el reporte de boxing va para abajo. You know what I mean? Like, it's I like Canelo. Like, I like Canelo. Like, I'm a big, Mexican fan. I go support, Mexican blood. You know what I mean? But please, like, we have to change this narrative when it comes to boxing. Like, like, it's ridiculous.
He doesn't care. He's rich.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
It's that simple, man. Knowing him, he probably would want to fight Munguia in May. Munguia is going to fight in January. So it's like, whether or not Munguia goes to a war, whether or not, it's an easy fight for Munguia, he'd probably fight Munguia in May. And then maybe fight Benavidez in September. Maybe. If he was like just a fighter like a Mike Perry, like a Mike Tyson, then he would fight Benavidez as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Munguia, I hope Munguia can just make quick work of John Ryder, which I don't think he will be able to. He probably fights Munguia. That's what's irritating, man. Like,
oh my god! And then we had to wait a long.
There's no reason for it to not happen next. No reason at all.
Yeah, man.
There's no one that's gonna be on Canelo's level of stardom. Like, it's just not. There's no one in his weight class with anywhere near the star power Canelo has. Like, Correct. It just doesn't exist. But Benavidez is the best fight. He's starting. His name's grown. And that's the fight to make, and that's the fight that gains you the respect out of everyone. The Triple G fights were like, you kind of fought him when he was older.
Yeah, isn't Benavidez older?
No, Benavidez is my age. He's 25, 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And on top of that, we starting up with the new year. We're starting 2024. Canelo, you don't have enough,
Doesn't care. He's rich.
He's
super rich.
You don't have you're about to retire soon. Tu edad ya estás grande. Vamos a entrar en este nuevo año. Ya no vas a estar así como siempre. So necesitas darle las chances a los otros boxeadores que pueden llegar el nivel de ti. Y también, más importante, México. Benavidez is Mexican. Benavidez is Mexicano. You know what I mean?
That's not. He doesn't care. He cares more about his legacy. He cares about how he's viewed. He wants to be the greatest Mexican fighter of all time.
He's the king, dude.
So he protects the legacy by fighting more.
Is that what you read?
It's right here.
That's something he said.
I'm the king.
But you know what I mean, though. Like,
irritating.
It's irritating. Let's next, please. Before I
Look,
go to
right
another
there,
Spanish.
down there, he says we wait till the fights are bigger.
Yeah. So he's
But
like
you
a
don't
prize.
wait. Hold on.
He's more of a prize fighter.
Listen. But you don't wait to fight Jermall Charlo. You don't wait to fight Billy Joe Saunders. You don't wait to fight John Ryder. You don't wait to fight Smith. You don't wait to fight Cole.
Can you highlight that?
You don't wait to fight a bunch of fighters, but you want to wait to fight Benavidez. That's the problem.
It's
That's
just
not a good look. It makes it look like you're ducking.
You're duking.
You call out Crawford, a 147 pounder. No, you didn't call him out. I think Crawford called him out, but you entertained the possibility of the fight. No one wants to see you fight Munguia. Like, we want to see you fight Benavidez. That's the fight. And
Munguia is a good boxer. Munguia es un mexicano boxeador que está bueno, pero come on. Benavidez está hasta aquí ya. Like, ¿qué más quieres? You guys could easily sell out at, in my opinion, Allegiant Stadium.
They sell it anywhere.
Oh my God, that fight is that massive.
Fight sells out anywhere.
That fight is massive, Pero, a mí se mira. Yo no estoy diciendo que no tienes miedo, pero Canelo, se mira que tú tienes miedo. Se mira que tú tienes miedo. I hate to say it like that. And I love you, Canelo. Canelo, te amo. I've been watching you in Mexican television before you even became, a big superstar like this. But damn. Next one, please.
What did Louis said? That's what I say.
Next one. Benavidez. What do you say?
He wants Jermall in May. So he wants Jermall?
Benavidez is doing whatever possible to get the Canelo fight. He's saying he'll fight Jermall on the undercard.
On the undercard.
Of a Canelo card just to get the fight next. And he calls Morel a clown. I know the backstory of why he says this. Davis called out David Morel in the past. Morel's team didn't want it because they were like, Morel's too young. And now that Morel's a little older, now they're calling out the fight. But it's like, David clearly wants the Canelo fight. So he's basically saying, you had your opportunity to fight me in the past. It's basically kind of like what Tom Aspinall is saying to Cyril now.
Yeah.
He says, you had the opportunity to fight me in the past.
Right.
You didn't want to. Now you want to fight me. No, now you got to wait your turn. It's the same thing.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, it's irritating. David Benavidez was the only... at one point in time, he was the only fighter calling out everyone. This was during COVID. He called out Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo said he didn't want to fight David because he wanted to get him vaccinated or something like that. This was the beginning of COVID.
When
he went on Mike Tyson's podcast, he was like, I'm not scared of him. He's like, well, he's the Mexican monster. He's like, he's no monster, blah, blah, blah. But you don't want to fight the guy, right?
Yeah,
David Benavidez said he would fight Edgar Berlanga. At the time, he had a lot of hype. Berlanga's team was like, no, we should wait for that. They knew it was smart for them. He called out David Morel. He's like, I'll fight David Morel. This is when Morel had a small name in boxing. Only real boxing fans knew who he was. Morel's team didn't want the fight.
Right.
Now they start calling him out once David
and for
has
the
a bigger
people
name.
who don't understand, so la gente que no está teniendo, so Canelo holds those titles. He has those titles. He wants to unify. Benavidez wants to unify the championship. That's all he wants. Like practically, like for MMA fans.
Canelo, he's undisputed at the weight class, but he has to defend his belts.
Right?
You have to defend.
But the problem is that but the problem is like he has like an interim championship.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, he has an interim championship. So it's practically like the UFC. It's practically like Tom Aspinall and John Jones. John Jones
but there is no Stipe.
But there's no Stipe.
Exactly.
And there's no Stipe. So what happened was Tom Aspinall wants to fight John Jones, and he goes, no, I want to fight this guy. I want to fight this guy. Well, you got to unify the championships to see who is the real champion. It's practically how it is, But la gente que no está entendiendo.
It's not to see who the real champion is. Canelo is the real champion.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
if you're not defending,
and if you're not defending, then you should be stripped. Por la gente que no entiende, es como diciendo que Canelo has tiene los títulos. Él no lo está defendiendo los títulos. ¿Y qué pasó? El Benavidez ya tiene como un título, como diciendo él va a pelear ya para los títulos. Es como diciendo es como un título diciendo que él es next. Él es el próximo que va a dar con el Canelo. Pero el Canelo no quiere pelear con él. El Canelo está pum, pum, pum. Quiero pelear con Muñoz, quiero pelear con esto. Y este guy, el Benavidez, ya quiere pelear con el Canelo. You know what I mean? Él está peleando con otras personas que es risky. It's risky because if he loses to one of these fights, what happens? He loses a shot.
That's what I respect out of Benavidez. I mean? Like, imagine, this is like Tom saying, like, whatever, I'll fight Cyril, like, whatever. Like, because he's the one, he's like the only person really taking risks like this in boxing. Like, very, very few fighters are like him. Very, very few of them are. Like, he's a damn fighter. Like, he will fight anyone. That's what I love about him.
Yeah.
Next, please. I'm about to have a heart attack.
Yeah, what Louis said.
Yeah.
All right, Premier Boxing Champions signed multi-deal with Prime Video.
Nice.
So Showtime's left boxing, but that's what Prime's for. So it doesn't matter, man. I love it. Hopefully we get a lot of good fights. It's gonna be the same thing, you have most people have Amazon accounts, right? So
yeah,
I like it because
and there's one.
There's one in there.
Yeah,
there's one in there, and it's something that Jason could start watching.
Maybe. We'll see how these fights are.
It's so funny, guys, for our listeners. Literally, Edwin is literally begging Jason to watch these boxing fights. Oh, I'm telling you, dude, it's X, Y, and Z. It's one of the best. I'm like, I'm telling you, dude.
I never said that. All right.
Yes. How many times
I said the Shakur fight should have been really good. It wasn't. Shakur fought incredibly boring, incredibly safe.
You should start watching this, Jason.
Diego Pacheco.
And then I'm like, you should watch these Muay Thai fights.
I get busy on Fridays. RSD.
It's like, dude.
I love Muay Thai. Okay, I've been watching Muay Thai for like over a decade. It's just sometimes your schedules don't line up.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
I've been telling you to watch some older stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Prime just signed a 10-year lease.
Starts in March of 2024.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that sucks, man. There's gonna be no PBC in February or January. But whatever, March is not that bad, but still, it sucks.
Yeah. Sweet. Next
Pretty
one.
much. Yeah.
I'm just
Nothing
glad
much
they found a
happening.
home fast.
Yeah.
They found it really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Oh, look.
And this is how they'll open it up. They're gonna debut with Tank's probably gonna rematch Cruz to headline a
Pitbull Cruz,
pay per
right?
view in March. Yeah,
Pitbull.
that's a good fight.
That's a good fight. So Pitbull Cruz, guys, if you guys don't know who he is, he's the one who actually gave. So what happened was, so Ryan Garcia, sorry, Tank was supposed to fight some other guy, but what happened was, his opponent, some allegations came out, and they had to take him out. So Pitbull Cruz literally stepped in 5-day notice, in Mexico.
No, it was here in Vegas, I think.
No. Yeah, it was in Mexico, but he lived in Mexico.
Wait, who was he gonna fight again?
He was gonna fight some other guy. Remember some I forgot his name, but some allegations came out.
Yeah, I
saying,
remember who, but I just can't remember who it was.
So it was 5-day notice. They literally reached out to this guy from Mexico and literally gave him a run from his money.
He was gonna be on the undercard or something.
Yeah, or
So
something
he was
like
gonna
that.
fight a different opponent.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he
and
stepped
then
up.
he stepped up, and he gave him a run from his money. It came him so bad from a run from his money that Floyd Mayweather was a fan. Walked over to his corner man and said that, "Hey, Gervonta, you're losing this fight. You're losing this fight." And bro, it was. I gotta rewatch it again. But you said you rewatched it.
I rewatched with my brothers. I originally had Tank winning by a few rounds, but after rewatching, I actually scored it a draw. We broke down the fight a lot. It wasn't just we watched every round once. We watched multiple rounds multiple times. Then I scored it a draw, literally even 6-6.
Oh man,
It
that's
was a good fight. Yeah,
That's a good fight to actually start with the Prime card, the new Prime deal.
yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I hope after whatever happens, whether
Canelo,
Tank wins or
Benavidez.
loses, I don't know. I want them to fight the best. I'm
Yeah,
tired
man.
of them fighting only with their promotions.
Yeah.
Me
It's
too.
irritating.
Oh God.
All right.
World's oldest welterweight, Scott England, gets stopped in the first round.
So I don't know how that fight got sanctioned in the first place.
So a 60-year-old,
58-year-old.
50-year-old
Oh
man.
my God.
His
dude.
professional debut with the younger,
Oh
20
my
years.
God.
The other fighter felt bad after, man.
Oh my God.
Bro, to be honest, bro, I wouldn't even took that fight.
Yeah,
I'm like,
why would you take this
that
fight as a young?
Because it's an easy paycheck, man.
I guess you got eyeballs too.
You got eyeballs too, yeah.
Did he even train for this fight?
Ay.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, man.
I just feel bad.
I feel bad.
But it's kind of funny.
Thanks.
Ouch.
So this is something that, real boxing fans know. He's not confident in his product. Those are in quotes by Deontay Wilder. On Eddie Hearn not wanting Anthony Joshua fight to happen. Simple. Hearn knows there's a 90% chance AJ gets knocked out by Wilder. He's protecting his product. It's simple. Same thing how Andy Cruz just fought on this DAZN card with the Haney and Prograde card. He said, these fighters are gonna duck him, right? So you admit fighters duck other fighters, right?
Right.
So why can't your fighter duck another fighter? You know what I mean? It's common sense, Promoters lie. They're in the business
Yeah.
of making certain fights happen. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Um,
They're fighting the 23rd on the same card, In boxing, that's weird.
yeah.
This
it is
MMA
weird.
happens all the time. In boxing, that's weird. If that fight doesn't happen next, Wilder's fighting Joseph Parker. I'm not saying he's going to run through Parker, but more than likely he runs through Parker. I don't know what's going to happen with Joshua. He should win this fight. That fight doesn't happen next. It's the most clearest thing. It's worse than Canelo's situation with Benavidez. This is just not a good look. Joshua is just
Yeah.
It's like almost a decade, right? Just ducking.
no. Almost
Almost
It's
a
like
decade.
7 years, man.
Yeah, dude. Just
This fight should have
retire.
happened in 2018, 2017.
Just retired if you're not fighting him.
Yeah, man. Just
Yeah.
retire, dude. I'm tired of these boxers.
Well, the thing is, he has his delusional fan base that will support him no matter
Right.
what, and he'll sell out arenas fighting lower competition, and he's making a bunch of money.
Right.
He's
That's fine,
just
dude.
not fighting the best.
Next.
And I just remember that Lennox Lewis called him out on it. He's saying, if you want to be the best, if you're claiming to be the best, you have to fight the best. People were saying that Lennox was hating, blah blah blah. Lennox fought the best. He fought everyone that was to fight.
Lennox Lewis.
So, and then now you guys, I knew there were these morons saying that Lennox was better of AJ. Blah blah blah. Look. Don't ever compare.
Yeah, allegedly.
There's no comparison between AJ's career and Lennox's career.
Yeah. Cherry pick God, dude.
Lennox lost the fight. What did he do? He came back and knocked the guy out.
Right.
What did Joshua do? He coasted to a win. You know, it just shows the mentality of it. I'm not saying, you know, sometimes fights go to decision, but if you really want the finish, you'll push for it, you know.